Hello. Today we will speak with you about fraud, and I would like to record the text about Frank Abagnale's story. Let's go.
Unit 2, Reading 1, page 30. Catch Me If You Can, the Frank Abagnale story. A doctor, a lawyer, an airline pilot, a college professor. Frank Abagnale played all these roles as a young man, conning people and stealing millions of dollars from banks around the world. His money-making secret? Cashing false checks. His motive for playing different roles? Respect and excitement. He enjoyed having other people believe that he was important. He first impersonated an airline pilot by wearing a pilot's uniform. Then, he created a phony airline ID. The result was very exciting to him. Abagnale never operated a plane, but he used his pilot uniform to fly for free and to date attractive young flight attendants. Then he discovered a luxury apartment community near Atlanta, Georgia. He paid cash for 6 months' rent in advance and wrote medical doctor on his apartment application. He soon became friends with a doctor in the apartment community. After convincing this man that he too was a medical doctor, he was offered a hospital job as a temporary supervisor. Abagnale performed this role by relying on nurses and medical students to do all the work, while he simply pretended to be in charge. But finally, when faced with a life-or-death situation involving a newborn baby, Abagnale decided that he could no longer continue the deception. He knew that if he kept impersonating a doctor, an innocent child might die. Still, before leaving his hospital job, Abagnale made sure to get his paycheck. Next, he dated another flight attendant, whom he impressed by claiming that he had graduated from law school. She introduced him to a real lawyer, who immediately offered him a position as a state attorney. Abagnale accepted the offer, but he needed to create a fake transcript from Harvard Law School. He also needed to pass the state law exam. He studied for several weeks, but failed the 8-hour exam on his first and second attempts. When he tried a third time, he passed and became a licensed attorney, despite the fact that he had never finished high school. He worked as a lawyer for 9 months before he met a genuine Harvard graduate who started asking him specific questions about the school and its professors. Because Abagnale could not answer these questions, the man became suspicious and started questioning Abagnale's honesty. Abagnale escaped from this uncomfortable situation by heading to the western United States. There, he visited college campuses in Utah. He decided to apply for a summer teaching position, which he obtained by making a fake transcript from Columbia University and writing false letters of recommendation. Abagnale was quite happy to work as a professor. To prepare for class, he simply used the textbook, making sure to stay one chapter ahead of the students. Abagnale also discussed his own personal experiences in class, and the students responded with much interest. But when summer school ended, he could no longer stay in Utah. He knew that the FBI was searching for him because he had been cashing phony checks all over the country. He moved to California and eventually to France, thinking he could live quietly and safely there. However, he was wrong. In France, Abagnale was recognized by a flight attendant and reported to the authorities. Soon, he was in a French prison, where he almost died because of very little food and very dirty surroundings. After 6 months, he was sent to a prison in Sweden. He learned that police in several European countries were waiting to arrest him for check fraud, and he feared that prison conditions in other places might be even worse than those in France. Eventually, Sweden sent him to the United States, where he spent 4 years in federal prison. After his release, Abagnale had a problem shared by many other criminals: limited job opportunities. He worked hard in various entry-level positions and showed the ability to become a top manager, but could not get any high positions because of his prison background. He thought about returning to a life of crime, but decided instead to offer his services as a white-collar crime specialist, teaching banks and other businesses how to avoid becoming the victims of fraud. Soon, he was offered a position working with the FBI Financial Crimes Unit. Today, he runs his own company. It specializes in protecting checks and other documents against fraud. His first book, Catch Me If You Can, was made into a Steven Spielberg film in 2002. In one interview, he was asked if he had ever thought about becoming an actor, considering his skill at impersonation, which allowed him to con so many people. The answer was no. The real Frank Abagnale is satisfied with his real life as a company owner and family man.
Okay, we have finished the listening of this text. Do you like this? Now you have the task. Please ask 5 questions about the text, and after let's try to answer for these questions. Let's try to write at first answers for these questions, and after that let's try just talk about this story. I hope it was really useful for you. Have a great day.